I was 17 and I found out I was pregnant, and the father went into the service, and I was the oldest of 5 kids, and my mom was working 2 jobs, so it was going to be difficult. I knew it was, and I was adopted myself, so I just knew that giving him up would be the right thing to do for him. The day before I left, I went in and I held him and told him that I will always love him, and I hope one day that we will get to meet again. And the hardest thing was walking out of that hospital.
There's an assumption that making an impact in the world comes after a certain job or a certain lifestyle. We're supposed to be somebody special. But what if you don't need to be special to make a difference? What if you're simply supposed to be you? When Christine Farmer placed her son for adoption, she didn't know what would happen to her newborn baby.
Every day I thought about him. I always prayed that he had the love and support that I wish I could have gave him. I was so young, and as much as I wanted to keep him, I just knew he would have a better life, and that's what I was hoping.
Christine's prayers were answered when her baby was adopted by Becky and Tom Dugan and was raised as an only child in a loving household. Tim Dugan grew up to be a lawyer and an advocate for mental health. He embraced the things that made him different and used them to develop close friendships and strong communities. But he always wondered about the circumstances around his birth.
Tim, throughout the years, talked about reaching out to his birth mother and trying to reconnect. He didn't know if she would want to or not, but he wanted to let her know that he was alive, he was doing okay, he had been adopted by great parents.
In 2015, a new law allowed Tim to look into his adoption file and birth record. With his adoptive mom's blessing, Tim wrote a letter to his birth mother, Christine.
I'll never forget it. It was exactly on Mother's Day. I never saw the name before, and it was from Toledo. I'm like, what is this letter? My other son, James, was in the computer room, and I screamed. Oh my gosh, I said, James, you're not gonna believe it. It's your brother. He found me. I was so excited. And he told me that if I wanted to write him, I could. If not, that was my choice. There was no decision. I knew I was gonna write him. He told me so much, his parents adopted him because I always wondered how he was taken care of. Is he in a good family? Is he being loved? And he was, and I get a little teary-eyed every time. We got to meet months later. We went to IHOP in Perrysburg here. He gave me a hug, and I knew that moment he was a special person. He thanked me for giving him life. He knew it had been a hard decision, and he said he's had a good life. When you're adopted, you have different feelings. I think you are more grateful for life, and I think Tim always felt that too. He was chosen.
He always viewed his mom and dad, Becky and Tom, he always had that loyalty to them because they took him in. I think it goes all the way back to that. I really think that helped shape him as a person throughout the rest of his life. I mean, his interactions with people, the one word I would always use to describe Tim is loyal. It really does go back to their choice to adopt him. And he would say things like, they could have picked any kid, they picked me.
Tim felt like he had a divine purpose because he was chosen by great adopted parents, and his birth mother gave him a chance at a wonderful life. And Tim felt like his job was to try to pay that back some way, somehow, throughout the course of his life.
Because Tim felt chosen, he chose everyone around him. He understood how important it was to know that you were valued, that you were a part of a family, a community.
He had, of course, his legal community, he had his friends' personal community, but he also then had his Frisbee people that he was connected with. He had his church people that he was connected with. He had his men's group. He had his Zelda randomizer group. He had an online role-playing group. He would do these online debunking groups. Wherever Tim went, Tim collected friends and was really a huge connector of people.
Even when the groups got bigger and he started doing things with bigger online, like racing groups and everything, he just was very into the idea of making it a welcoming space and having it be a big space for everybody, just to kind of be themselves.
Tim loved connecting people, and if that meant it was going to be a card game or running a blackjack tournament or even Risk, whatever excuse it was, he just loved being around groups of people. So looking back, one of the unique things about Tim, this nerdy middle-aged white guy, is that Tim connected all different types of people all the time. And I'm talking black, white, gay, straight, male, female, young, old, it didn't matter. Tim was friends with everybody. He had community with everybody. Tim just loved people. He loved getting to know people, and he loved to share his passions with people.
Tim found purpose in creating and sustaining communities in all areas of his life. He did it by bringing his whole unique self to every interaction, every relationship. He recognized that God had put him here on purpose for a purpose, and his circumstances were the movement of God in his life, just like they can be in yours too. God works in and through us to help people see that they matter. Our purpose always includes the impact we have on people. God thought you should be here. You don't have to have it all figured out, so the question is, who will you impact today, this week, next month? Don't wait. God is asking you to make an eternal difference right now, simply by being you.